do you ensure that your clients, your people receive targeted traffic through SEO or through other strategies?
I think firstly, what makes the difference for us is that we treat everybody else's business as our own. So we want to ensure that.
So there are a lot of people, business people, who face a problems when it comes to generated traffic through SEO. So how you and how Website Warrior address those
So
challenges?
one thing we do is an audit. We check whether or not things are functioning or about to fall apart in the back. And from that, we then have a look too. And quite often our clients will say, oh, we know we've got SEO. And then I have a look and I realize that they have. Hi, I'm Jennifer Saunders, founder and CEO of Website Warriors. We are a digital agency specializing in website design. Lots of website redesign and renovations is popular at the moment, and also experts in SEO. So we focus on Australia and looking to broaden into the international region as well with our website builds.
Great. So thank you so much for taking out your precious time and for being a part of this show. So could you please tell us more about your journey as the founder of Website Warrior, and how did you get started in the field of website designing, SEO, and digital agency?
Yes, certainly. So I've always had a desire to start a business for a very long time. I
Mm-hmm.
would, when I was much younger, come up with ideas, and I just didn't, know what felt instinctively right. But I did love the idea of working for myself and the opportunity to also make a difference for others, and just to also see happy clients. I do get satisfaction out of seeing happy clients with their web builds, and I think, also creating a life of flexibility and
Mm-hmm.
feeling of self-fulfillment and self-driven success to me is also really important. It's always wonderful to be able to take ownership of your own journey in life as well. And so I had a career in corporate, in large organizations, and also small businesses over the years, and in various industries. And I gained lots of experience in business strategy knowledge and lots of solution ideas. Which helped contribute to business growth and delivery of their outcome with generation of their projects. But I found that I was also really passionate about it. But you get to the point where there's restructures. Organizations are always restructuring, and you do start to
Mm-hmm.
wonder about your own security and your own future as
Mm-hmm.
well. And so I guess over the years I took all those great experiences that I'd had through learning about different strategies. And then it was just one of those moments of fate where I actually came across an organization that was doing a private training
Mm-hmm.
for digital skills. And basically, it was around website design and SEO. And I just realized that that was where I was supposed to be. And for me, it wasn't. I always thought for me, website design was also about the graphic design, but it's also very much driven around the analytics side of things, and also business
Mm-hmm.
strategy is also really key to have a successful website. So I was able to grab my skill set and then start to merge that with my interest in that creativity aspect as well. So it just felt like the perfect fusion for me, really. And when I started with the course, I'd met some other students as well that were also in similar, corporate backgrounds and different careers, and also had similar interests. And it just felt like a great connection and a great
Mm-hmm.
community. And it was just, and I guess that's how Website Warriors bloomed. As I started to get into website design, I knew that I certainly wanted to create a business and start helping other people. I'd heard lots of stories over the years about people being very unsatisfied with web builds that they'd had from the past, and I guess people don't always know what questions to ask or how best to go around and get a website built. And I know things are a little bit more accessible these days, but certainly it can be daunting for people as well. And for me, I knew that I could share, I could help them out, but also share some ideas on how to get the best outcome for them. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess for us at Website Warriors, one of the big aspects is to really be transparent about what can we do for them and how can we assist them, and also put it into layman terms. I think sometimes when there's lots of jargon thrown around, it can be quite daunting for clients. So I try to
Mm-hmm.
always do it in a warm, welcoming manner that just helps them understand what we're talking about technically, and just gives them that comfort. And I find that really helps flow, and we get great website designs for people.
Great. And this you mentioned one point, transparency, which is very important for business, because nowadays we can see that more business is running after the money instead of giving the proper transparency to the customers. So I believe that
Mm.
webs a website warrior brings transparency and make the clients happy. That what sets apart. I'm sure there must be many other factors that set website warriors apart from other website design agencies? And how do you ensure that your clients, your people receive targeted traffic through SEO or through other strategies?
Yeah, certainly. Well, it sounds like there's two parts to that question. So I guess firstly, what sets us apart from other website digital
Mm-hmm.
agencies? I think firstly, what makes a difference for us is that we treat everybody else's business as our own. So we want to ensure that we're building great relationships with our clients, and we're also looking for longer term relationships with our clients. So I think for us, it's not just about, oh, great, you've built a website, goodbye. It's really about checking in with them. We do, 3 month and 6 month catch ups, and, 12-month catch ups as well, just to find out, are they still happy with the website? Is it performing that they want it to? When we do SEO, we do check ins as well, just to monitor the progress of that over the months, so they get a quality experience long after the contract ends of the actual building process. And I think those elements of the care factor and the concept of focusing on their business as being our business, I think is really key to having that comfort level with our clients as well. And to me, I always look at a website as, it's a 24/7 platform that's accessible worldwide, and it's being able to put your best step forward internationally with your clients. So I think it's really important to have a great looking website, but also a very functional, very good user experience website, and also being able to be optimized for SEO to get the best outcome, and that, to gain not just visitors, but also the right visitors. So you need to target the right audience, and that's really key. I think, coming to your second question around SEO, it's really important to do SEO correctly, of course. But I find a lot of people may think that they've got SEO on their website, or they think that they're not getting enough leads, and it's because they don't, there's something not quite right with their website. And quite often we find too, there has been some SEO put into the back end of a website, but it actually hasn't been optimized to the full capabilities that we can do with SEO. And so that's, I guess, sometimes a little bit sad to see that people think that they have been optimized and they have not. And I think as well, it's also important to understand that SEO is something that's always changing too. So even if you have SEO done 5 years ago, well, you still need to benchmark against your competitors and see how they're progressing with their SEO, and things are always changing. So you do need to do updates as well to maintain that competitiveness. And there's always challenges too with regards to some websites. I've had the pleasure of helping support with renovations, and they've asked why they're not getting much traffic to their website, but they don't actually have any content on their website either. And having that visual SEO'd content also helps gain extra visitors and helps with the SEO. So to me, it's also about content strategies are also another big one to help move the needle for clients. So there's lots of different opportunities in SEO. It tends to be something that people think that it's something that we do, and they don't know what it's about. And I feel that it's also really important to be able to share that with them. And we certainly, with our clients, once we've done a full SEO process for them, we share with them a keyword bank. So that's something that Website Warriors personally do. We share a keyword bank. So if they're doing particular blogs in the future that they're, some people like to update monthly, we also provide them with the keywords that they can then use to insert into their blog posts. And they then are able to take on their own opportunity to grow with SEO as well. And I think that's really important. So it's looking again at that longer term picture, and then helping them out in the future as well to tweak things as we progress.
Amazing. And the way you are answering the questions and the way you are referring to the client's word again, it seems that you have hundred plus successful case studies or examples of your clients. So could you please tell how you approach the process of transforming a business online with responsive web designs? And also please share some of the successful case studies or examples.
So in order to transform businesses online, one of the big things that we do is we sit down with the client to understand their business. And it's really about being able to put on a page what their business is for the wider audience, the viewers. And for us, it's understanding not just about, if they're a photographer or if they're a real estate agent, etc. It's also about what are their core purposes? What are they really trying to share with their clients online as their services? And sometimes it's only when you ask for more information that they suddenly realize, oh, this is actually a service that we also provide. We just didn't realize that. And so part of the journey with us and working with our clients is also understanding what their specific services are, but then also going into that deeper level to say, all right, well, if this is what we're displaying as your business online, is this it, or is there more to it? And quite often when they see it on a page, that's when they start to realize that, oh, well, actually I do want to include this, and people do need to know about that as well. And so we start to build up a bit of an idea as to what that's going to look like. And then for me, it's really about ensuring that we've got suitable content. We definitely always look at competitors. You've always got to understand who else is out in the market. But I think it's also really important that every client has a bespoke design that also reflects their business and reflects the personalities of the business. So they may have certain color schemes that they like, or they may have a certain presence that I really want to ensure that I've brought into that particular website as well. So I think that that's all really key, because for me, at the end of the day, the clients got to love the website. It's theirs to own. So if they're not happy with it, or they're embarrassed that it's online, that's not a great feeling for me. So if they're happy with the quality and the color scheme and the design, but also that they feel that that is a true essence of what their business is, we go through an extensive questionnaire with our clients to understand the business creation, but also through to, do they have an existing website? What don't they like about it? What do they like about it? If they haven't got a website, what do they want to put forward on a website? How many pages are we looking at? Is it just a landing page? Is it a full SEO'd website? Do they have any products that they want to sell online? We ask a lot of questions to understand what it is that they're seeking to portray on the website. And I think that's really key. So our clients are always very happy with how we've shared the website, or displayed that to the public. But to me, a huge aspect is really about user experience. So this is where I think sometimes there's less attention focused on, but to me, user experience is key. So people lose interest after 3 seconds on a website. So if you can't get your business across to a client or a potential visitor within 3 seconds, that's not a great design. So it needs to be really clear up front, and you need to have a call to action as well present. So it's also vital to make sure that you've got a really good image across up front as to who we are and what we do and what we can do for you, and why they wouldn't want to click off your page and go to a competitor. It's really about keeping them on the page, and then you can start to work through with the other pages to kind of get the message across a little bit more. So to me, it's really about understanding the business, what their strategy is going forward, how to deliver that, and then also looking through how they can increase their presence online as well. So then that's when the SEO comes into place, where we look at targeted audiences. So it's no good in having, 50,000 hits on a website when none of those particular clients are interested. So for instance, I had an example. I was building a website for a lovely lady selling a book about an experience that she'd had in life. And she had been unfortunately held hostage by somebody that had broken into her home. And it was a real challenge because, her book was called, uh, being held up at gunpoint, basically. And so with that particular book, everybody in America was checking it out online because they had the keywords in there around guns. However, for her, that wasn't what the book was about. And so we needed to really focus our keywords on self-love and, therapy and all those sorts of personal focused keywords, as opposed to, life after gunpoint, which is what the book was called. So I think that it's really key to not just be focusing on the numbers, but also the quality. To talk about success as well, I think another, really key thing for success is to, I find, to see people having those great moments where, it takes time for SEO to get embedded into a website as well and to get rankings. So it does, need a little bit of patience, but it's wonderful when I get calls from my clients saying, our websites had a few really good, moments. Like, for instance, I've had one say, because she's had nothing on her website. And then she rang and said, oh my God, this month I've just had 3 calls and they're from the website. And that makes me feel good. And I know that that'll grow as her website builds in time as well. And I think for us as well, another success is I've had one customer who was looking to build a new website for her business. And, a website is also a digital asset. So it forms part of the business. And if anybody's looking to on-sell their business, the website also forms part of that capital as well. So it's really important that you value your website, because it does form part of the business for transfer, but also too, a domain name can also have a lot of value in it as well. So I had this one client who was really interested in a particular name online, but the domain name itself was $7,000. And I said to her, let's see if I can find an alternative for you. And I kind of spun the words around a little bit, and we got her basically the same domain name, but just in a very just in a small change, and we got it for $20. So she was absolutely wrapped. And, that to me is a great outcome as well. So even though we are a digital agency, we are a holistic agency. We do website design, renovations, and SEO, but I also help out with domains, with hosting. We look after website security and maintenance is also another big one. And, we're growing out and looking at social media as well. So, yeah, for us, we want to be a full conglomerate of services providing the digital industry.
Wow, that's amazing. You're not focusing on one part, but you are helping your clients on a lot of other things. And I think that
Yeah.
holds a very, very important part in one's life. Like coming from 1,000 to, so just on $20, it's like amazing.
Yeah, it was a
Uh,
great outcome for her, and it was one that made me smile too, because you want to get the best for your clients, and I certainly find too that if you treat them well and you look out for them as well, you want to be able
mhm.
to partner up. And I certainly don't like seeing people having a hard time finding the right domain name, or
Yes,
spending more than they need to on things either. I think
yes.
quality is really critical, but it's also about affordability.
Yes, absolutely. So there are a lot of people, business people who face a problems when it comes to generated traffic through SEO. So how you and how Website Warrior address those challenges?
Well, I think the main things for us is we look to, so first of all, one thing that website warriors do for clients is we do free website audits. So if anybody's interested in having their website assessed for instance, if they don't feel that they're getting enough traffic to their website, or they don't like their website but they're not sure why, they can always give us a call and we do a free website audit. So that website audit is basically looking at the exterior from that user experience aspect, and the cosmetic approach, but it's also around looking at the back end to make sure that everything's functioning really well. So I always talk about a website being like a human body. So once every year or so, we all go to the doctors and we all get a checkup, make sure that we're all okay. A website is the same. It could be really pretty on the outside, but it could be falling apart on the back end. And maintenance isn't something that is at the forefront of people's minds with websites. So one thing we do is an audit. We check whether or not things are functioning or about to fall apart in the back. And from that, we then have a look too. And quite often our clients will say, oh, we've got SEO. And then I have a look and I realize that they have the SEO plugin in there, but they don't actually have any SEO in there. And so they're things that we note and we assist with. In terms of other issues that we are always facing, well, we always have Google updates as well. So when they do update their algorithm, that does sometimes cause some traffic drops for particular industries, particular clients. And that's something that is just unfortunate with all the changes that are always occurring to make sure that everybody's producing quality outcome. But we're always mindful of that, and then we look at ways that we can also help support our clients to boost their SEO and their traffic again. So it's really key for us to have that longer term relationship, because then if they call and say, oh, look, our traffic's dropped off, and it does happen, we can come back in and then help assess and work with them to build it back up again. I think as well, insufficient content I've talked about a little bit earlier. That's also key. You can have some beautiful graphics on your page, but if you've got no content, it does decrease your opportunity for SEO and rankings. And I think that that's really important. And I think as well, one of the main things that people forget about is having a call to action. I think in terms of having a beautiful designed page, if you can't on your mobile phone click on the phone number, or if you can't find a call to action button to say contact us or ring us now, you've missed opportunities as well. So I think it's really important, whether or not it's through a desktop or whether it's a mobile phone, that you do have at all times that ability to make contact direct. And I think that that's, another thing that's really important too.
Yes. So, like you mentioned that it's important to have call to action and other many important things, and the importance of content creation and Google updates. So, Website Warrior is an agency that provides all those things. So, do you have, like, you must be having any particular vision for your company, or how do you plan to stay at the forefront of the ever digital landscape, and how you solve this problem? So what is your vision and mission, and where you want to see this company in the coming years?
Yeah, so we're still on a big growth spurt at the moment, and we've been enjoying the ride. And for us,
Mm-hmm.
the digital world is always moving, as we all know, and there's lots of changes as well occurring with AI. And it's always important for us to stay at the forefront of all these changes and not just understand what the trends, but also to understand the longer term impact. Some of those trends can come and go. For us, we still look at the principles of real, proper, authentic, old fashioned website design, because a lot of that still remains current today to provide those best results. So to us, that's still great, and it's still proving to us to be the best approach. But in saying that too, we also need to be mindful about, Google updates or, changes with SEO. And there's always these great new programs and things that are happening, and people ask you about it. So you do have to be aware of it. And I think that's really key. So why I chose the name Website Warriors is also because we we fight to push through any challenges. So sometimes I've had clients call to say my website's malfunctioned and I can't load it properly, or I've had clients ring up to say I really don't like my website, or I'm trying to build one myself and I can't finish it. So I find, with us, we try and push through any challenges, and we're little warriors pushing through to achieve results for everybody. The other aspect too is around security. We're really big on having secure websites, and so we also are warriors in shielding, providing that strength and resilience against any attacks. So that is really key. In terms of where we want to go, look, I think for us, it's really important that we continue growing. We are an Australian-wide company at the moment. We're looking to expand into Asia and beyond. Next week, I'm actually attending the Singapore Business Show, and that's held in Singapore and on the 30th and 31st. And we're exhibiting there and looking to network and connect with lots of different interesting entrepreneurs and startup businesses. It's such a growing, exciting environment, and certainly looking to expand and help people in North America too.
Great. So, could you please tell your any booth number or how people can contact you in Singapore?
Yes, absolutely. So if anybody would like to come along, please do. It's Singapore Business Show is the name of the event, and that's being held at the Singapore Expo on the 30th and 31st of August. We will be there at booth number 813. So we're really excited to see people, and we'd love to say hi if you've watched this podcast.
Great, great. Thank you so much for your precious time, and thank you for telling us the importance of SEO and other strategies and how the website warrior help us to overcome all the website's problem and help us in the growth of the company. So thank you so much for your precious time. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. So do you have anything to say in the last?
Oh, thank you so much, Priya. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. And I just want to thank you for the opportunity to share my story with your viewers. I'm a huge fan of your podcast. And
Thank
I
you.
also wish you success with bringing more stories and inspiring everyone on their journeys to also achieve their dreams.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Thank you.